The beepers blew up, the radios blew up, and then Nasrallah blew up. And Israelis danced in the street out of excitement. What were we so excited about? Hezbollah has at least 20,000 fighters, and Nasrallah will be eventually replaced. So we're happy they're gone, but still not excited. Is it our capabilities that excited us? That we could do it? Well, Hezbollah, and Hamas for that matter, have no air defense. They have no planes. They have no tanks. And we, Israel, are the fourth strongest army in the world, according to US News and World Reports. So it's good news that we pulled off these great operations, but still, it's not a reason to get excited. In fact, if we look a little deeper into these fantastic and impressive operations by the IDF, by the Air Force, by the intelligence agencies, it actually shows that our enemies are no match for our capabilities. Take the case of the attack on the Druze village. Israel responded by killing a Hezbollah commander. The same Hezbollah commander who took part in attacks against the US Marines in the 1980s. The same Hezbollah commander who has a $5 million bounty on his head. The same Hezbollah commander who has been wanted for 40 years. Yet, within 40 hours, Israel was able to target and assassinate him. And how did they do it? Was there a secret mission? No! They called him. They called him on his phone. And they said to him, Fuad, go upstairs. Go upstairs to your apartment. And he did. And that's where they killed him with a missile, in his apartment. And Nasrallah, where was he targeted? He was targeted in Hezbollah headquarters. Hezbollah headquarters. So we're not diminishing these operations by the IDF, but we're using them to highlight that the enemy is not even hiding, because they know what we, Israel, are and aren't willing to do. And that's exactly what we're excited about. We're excited that we were willing to kill Nasrallah. We're excited that we were willing to blow up pagers. We were excited for this sudden burst of courage by our political leaders and our military leaders. Now, can this courage continue? So let's see where things stand. We are a year post October 7th, and we still have rockets from Gaza, and rockets from Hezbollah, and rockets from Yemen, and rockets from Iran, and rockets from Iraq. And we still have a bloodthirsty neighbor in the south. And we still have PIJ. We still have Fatah, and the Muslim Brotherhood, and PFLP. And meanwhile, we're still arguing whether the best aid is delivery by truck or boat or plane. And you'll ask, Ariel, what do you have against aid? You sadistic? It's not about the aid. It's tied to why we're so excited. On day one, Israel said it was going to get its hostages back and push Gazans to out the terrorist by using a siege tactic. Water, gas, electric. And the United States said, no, you won't. And Israel said, no, in that case, no, we won't. Israel did a 180. Israel did a 180 to become, from a siege, to become a food bank by land, and by sea, and by air. So right there, Israel told the US, and Israel told the world, and Israel told all our enemies, and Israel told the Israeli people that we, Israel, are unwilling to do what we think it takes to win because we are a puppet of the United States. So when Biden says, stay out of Beirut, Nasrallah feels free to go to his headquarters. And wanted commanders use their phones and sleep in their apartments. But it's also why, when we go against what the US says, and we do what's in Israel's best interest first, we get excited. We feel liberated. We break off these handcuffs and we do what is necessary. So how long will this last? Well, unfortunately, as we discuss a ground invasion, we are back to these keywords that include apologizing, justifying, rationalizing. We hear limited, targeted, precise, localized. This is not winning language. This is Gaza language. This is Gantz language. This is Galant language. And it doesn't intimidate anyone. And the defense minister has defined winning as returning the people home. Meaning returning to the status quo. The status quo that has included rockets for decades. So what prompted this sudden courage? One report says that Hezbollah planned a ground incursion. Now imagine, over 200 well-armed, well-trained Hezbollah terrorist teams raiding the north against a population that's unarmed. We'd be talking about thousands of hostages. And that's why the north has been evacuated, even more so than the rockets, because Israel can't protect them from a Gaza-style hostage operation. We'd be completely paralyzed. What else might have prompted this sudden courage by our leaders, by our political and military leaders? Well, Kamala. In Netanyahu's prior visit to the United States, he met with Kamala Harris. And she probably told him what anyone who has watched our video already knows, that Zionism and humanism are not compatible. Meaning the United States, the humanist United States, will not accept a Zionist Israel. So you, Bibi, better plan on a two-state solution or else. Meanwhile, Bibi also met with Trump. Trump has bragged that he would immediately end the wars in Israel and the Ukraine. A Reagan-style Iran hostage release. It's very possible Trump gave Netanyahu full support, but only for a limited time. Now don't message me and say, why are you so negative all the time? There's no negative and there's no positive. We look at what people say and what people do. We look at their goals and we look at their challenges. If we start saying what we want and don't want, that's called spin. That's called propaganda. And that's what turns you into a zombie.